Hey guys, Tim McLaren here with Brandon Keitlinger. Just want to sit down with him so you can get to know him better. So we're just going to ask him 5 questions and he's got 5 minutes or less to answer. So number 1, Brandon, if you could meet with anybody in history and grab dinner with them, who would you eat with?
Ooh, outside of the Bible?
Yeah, outside the Bible.
That's tough. That's a great question, Tim. Let me think. This is going to eat up all the 5. It's going to be all the 5. I've got 3.
Go for it.
Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr., and Mother Teresa.
Nice. That'd be a sweet dinner.
Be a great dinner.
So what's a good hobby? What do you enjoy doing?
I like writing music, actually. So writing songs, doing stuff on the guitar, and writing lyrics. It's one thing I enjoy doing.
Can you give us a taste right now? Can you give us a freestyle?
A freestyle.
Do you need me to lay down a beat?
No, it's okay. The light is burning out my retinas. That's it. That's a taste.
That's a taste.
That's a taste.
More coming later.
The light's really bright.
And then, how long have you been in ministry?
Yeah, I've been in ministry most of my life, actually. So for me, I grew up, my dad was a youth pastor since I was about 3 years old. So he did that for about 10 years. And then our family launched a church. And so I've been active in ministry for a long time. When you grow up with a pastor's son, you do a lot. So I was a janitor. They dressed me up as a dog and I did memory verses. They called me St. Bernard the Memory Dog. So that was sweet. I also was really fast at doing memory verses. I was like a kid's character for kids' church. So my name was Fast Freddy. So I came out and I was really ornery. And I beat all the kids in saying their memory verses. I was like the fastest in the whole world. And so, Fast Freddy, yep. So I've done that, and then I did missions work growing up. And so literally since I was a little boy, I did my first international missions trip when I was 6 years old to Mexico.
Wow.
And so I've just been actively involved in ministry and church life and church planning and all that, the dynamic that comes with family since then. And then in college, started ministry. After I graduated from college, I went into being a youth pastor for a few years. And then I've been working with Generation Akron and now Generation Akron and One Voice to Missions here in California.
Nice.
We're in California, by the way.
Woo!
Live in Pasadena, California.
We made it.
Live in Medina. We made it. We're live.
So what are you expecting God to do as you join One Voice and as we're out here in Pasadena?
Yeah. I think one of the things for me, I have both personal expectations and also ministry expectations. So one of the personal expectations for me is just to continue to grow as a man of God and continue to become more sensitive to the Holy Spirit's voice and learning to hear his voice in a more sensitive way in my life. And then I think also the thing that I'm expecting of for me is just to grow in manhood as all of the other safety nets that I've been operating with family and all those things have been stripped away. Now it's like, all right, God, if you don't show up, I'm going to fall and I'm going to fail and all that kind of thing. There's nothing to catch me. I think that's one of the things that I'm excited for as well. It's just to grow in manhood and grow in trust in the Lord. Then in ministry, I'm really believing for the salvation of the youth of America and the transformation of youth culture across the youth of our nation. That truly the defining characteristic of the youth of America is that they are passionately in love with Jesus Christ. So no matter if they come from urban context, they're from suburban context, rich, poor, goth, hip hop, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like a love for Jesus is just deeply rooted within each of them. So I'm believing that's going to happen. I'm believing that the church is going to be mobilized and return to the Great Commission mandate with visions of going out of the church walls to equip their people, send them out, and to see a revival of the land where the church goes out and awakens and preaches the gospel and along those lines, seeing a generation come to know the Lord across the nation.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it does.
And then what would you tell partners?
Yeah, I think the one thing that I would tell partners is that you are vitally important. I think one of the things that people don't realize is that when you're in missionary life, as a missionary, you can't do it without partners. When people say, like, we need your support, they're not just saying that because they're trying to get a big bank account. They're not like, I have more than enough, but I want to be rich. Like, that's not the case. The reality is for many people in missions, they are at the bare minimum or even living below their budgets and their means, going without things in order to do what God's called them to do. And so people praying, people giving is vitally important. Same thing along the lines of prayer. Without prayer, a missionary can become... You're ringing?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Apart for the prayers of people, a missionary can become tired, weary, and they need those prayers that can lift them up and support them in those moments. There's times for me that I've remembered just being in a place that was really difficult place and just thinking, man, I wish there's people who prayed for me. So I think that's one of the things is that missionary support and partners are vitally important to the work.
Yeah.
They're no less, they're equally as important. And then the other thing I think is important is for them to follow through on what they say they're going to do. So if you say you're going to pray, it's important that you pray. If you say you're going to give, it's important that you pray, or that you give, because ultimately when you commit to give, in particular, it's not just going to a ministry that has surplus. If you don't give, the missionary doesn't eat. He doesn't get to pay their bills. It's going to that person. And so a person's life is literally in the balance, but depending on people's follow through and their faithfulness to do what they say they're going to do. So I think that's the final thing I'd say, is to follow through and to be active in what the vision is that you want to get linked up with and the person you're linking up with on the mission field.
That's good. Thanks for your time, Brandon. Thank you for all of you for the ways you're involved, whether it's just interest, whether you're praying or whether you're giving. We couldn't do it without you, and we honestly wouldn't want to. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, guys.